All right, everybody. So I'm coming on today. We are officially about 40 minutes out from the release of Marvel Spider-Man 2. It's crazy to say, but that in less than an hour, we'll all have access to Insomniac's Marvel Spider-Man 2 sequel. It's been a hell of a ride over the past few years, but I just wanted to come on and talk about something that I've seen over the past few weeks and months leading up to the release of Marvel Spider-Man 2. And it's basically the hype and the talk about the web wings. And the web wings is going to be one of the newly implemented traversal mechanics that Insomniac's going to give us for Marvel Spider-Man 2, as shown off in the gameplay trailer, as long as some other, you know, gameplay footage that has been revealed to us throughout the lead up to launch. But I wanted to make it apparent. I wanted to make it a point that there's something that's incredibly a mechanic in the very first game. So this is actually Marvel Spider-Man Remaster. So um, it's not vanilla 2018 Spider-Man PS4, but it is Spider-Man Remaster. So this is the first installment of Insomniac Spider-Man. This was given to us day one. You could do this on Spider-Man PS4 when the game was released on September 7th, 2018. So you could do this from the very beginning, and of course, all of these this specific mechanic that I point out, or mechanics I should say, is also there in Miles Morales as well. So we've been able to do this the entire time through the entire 5 years through the Insomniac Spider-Man franchise up to this point. And now this is gonna be big in terms of talking about the web wings because I keep hearing, oh, we're gonna have access to Brooklyn and Queens to where the buildings are smaller. So swinging from a web like this here, see how the buildings are. Oh look, see it's Manhattan. Buildings are tall. Look what we can do. See we can swing on our web. See, look at this, swinging right. Peter shoots out a web. He hangs from it like a pendulum and he swings right. Oh, but the buildings are gonna be smaller in Queens and Brooklyn. So we're not gonna. So our traversal is going to be limited. So, oh, they gave us the web wings for that. And yes, that is true. We will have the web wings. But there's a problem with that. And when I say problem, I mean there's something that's grossly overlooked. And this mechanic makes Insomniac Spider-Man traversal system. I'm not just chilling. I'm not just being a fanboy. But it makes Insomniac Spider-Man's traversal system the greatest Spider-Man traversal system we've ever seen. It's better than Web of Shadows. It's better than Spider-Man 2, which in those games I understand they're often lauded as the greatest Spider-Man traversal systems along with this one. But this one blows it all out of the water in terms of the ability, freedom of movement, and control that those games, it blows them out of the water. And I'm going to show you the mechanic that's grossly underrated, and it's right here. First, I'm going to show you where I am. I'm in Harlem. So these buildings are relatively small up here across the top part of Manhattan, which is once again Harlem. You can see the district there on the top left. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show something that we've been able to do this once again since day one. Pretend we're in Queens or Brooklyn where the buildings are smaller, right? Okay, I'm going to traverse this entire horizontal plane of the map. I don't need to swing one time throughout this. So what am I doing right now? I'm simply combining web zipping and point launching. Can I swing from these buildings? Yes. Insomniac's system will allow me to absolutely swing from where we are right now because these buildings are absolutely well, I just swung there, but the point still stands. These buildings are definitely tall enough to swing from, but since I'm going over the top of them, look how small these buildings are. See, these buildings are really small too, but look what we can do. We can zip and we can point launch along them. This point launch mechanic is the greatest traversal element that's ever been incorporated in a Spider-Man game because now we can pull ourselves down. See what I'm doing here? I'm pulling myself down. We've never been able to do this before. You see, other than a few swings, I swing a couple times just because my pathing was off, but I basically made it from one end of the map, from one end of the map horizontally to the other, in the borough or the section of Manhattan, Harlem. I basically did that in. I swung a few times. I didn't even need to. Web zipped and point launched across the entire. Oh, Alchemax! Look at that, man. The Easter eggs that Insomniac puts in. Hopefully, we get a lot in Spider-Man too. Anyways, the the power of the point launch and web zip I should say is a legacy move. We've had web zips in many Spider-Man games before. I'm pretty sure we've had it ever since the goddamn Spider-Man 2. Well, at least that version of the web zip. You know, Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2. But this here, see, look at that. The point launch is so powerful and it allows for so much control. Look, you can even slow it down. You see this? You hold L2, look at that, be a point launch. Now, what's crazy about this is if you go back into watch in late May, when the gameplay trailer was revealed for this game, or for Marvel Spider-Man 2, there's two traversal sections. There's one with Miles after Peter comes out of Dr. Connor's house and he just annihilates the first combat we see with the symbiote suit. We see him fighting Kraven's hunters there, and then he switches to Miles. In Miles, we see the super slingshot, the web wings. We don't see one point launch, and then we see Peter later in the trailer chasing down Kraven's ship, right? And he's in the symbiote suit. And there are several opportunities for him to point launch, but he doesn't do it. Oh, actually, there's another traversal piece with Miles right before that. So we see two traversal pieces with Miles, one with Peter. Not one point launch was shown. I also watched all the gameplay. No, I stopped watching the past week or so because I didn't want anything to be spoiled by accident. But for the past couple weeks, when a lot of those YouTubers like Evan Falarka, Caboose, I think Comic Blast Kanan, those guys, I saw some. Now it wasn't their gameplay footage, but whatever footage that they leaked from the game, I didn't see one point launch. I saw web wings. I saw new air tricks like this. This point launch, didn't see any of them. So we have not been even shown a point launch in Marvel Spider-Man 2. Now, we know it's there because we've seen that reticle, you see that circle? We've seen those in the trailers, so it is available, but we haven't seen anybody actually pull it off. And it blows my mind that this godlike mechanic is so underutilized. And you can say, oh, well, this just makes it easier. It's like Insomniac is holding our hand because we can just, look, we can stop time, we can just point to launch. Okay, fine. Maybe it is a little bit easier. But you know what we can do? You know what it is? We can we can control everything and everywhere we go. We can build momentum at the drop of a hat. Look at this. See how, now once again, this system, I'm not saying it's optimal all the time to only point launch, but with the control we have, look, now I'm going to shoot down. See how I'm above the building? Boom, I want to go over there, bam, now I'm here. You see the control we have? I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of difficulty and a little bit of skill ceiling in order to have the most control possible. Look at the control I'm in. Think about the body control that Spider-Man has as a character, the kinesthetic, one of Spider-Man's powers is his ability to stay on perfect balance and have incredible kinesthetic awareness and agility. Look at this. This mechanic allows perfectly for that. And look how short these buildings are. And see how effortlessly I'm hopping around these? Because of this mechanic here. There's no web wings. Once again, this is Marvel Spider-Man. This is not Marvel Spider-Man 2. So look at how powerful this is right here, this point launch. And it's so underutilized and it's never mentioned. People say, oh look, now we have the web wings, so now we can traverse Queens and Brooklyn. We were already able to do so. Through this here, and the zip too. See the zip combined with the point launch. OP with small buildings. Now that's what this system is all about. See, it's about combining everything. See, you go from a dive into a swing, into a zip. Oh, now I want a point launch here, right here. Oh, look, bounce off the building into a wall run, into another point launch up here. See, diving again, and a swing. That's what this traversal system is all about. It's about combining all of these mechanics that Insomniac has given us and making it flow seamlessly into making Peter and Miles feel as fast and as fluid as possible. That's what this system is all about. Combining all of these traversal elements. It's not just about one thing. It is the web swinging great, yes, but I like to look at it as an overall traversal system. And this point launch, look, perfect opportunity right here. See these? See, look, pretend these are small buildings. See how Peter can just effortlessly glide across these like this? Now imagine if I had web wings too to pop with it. Boom. Imagine this point launch, web wings, pick up more speed, some more height if we want. Oh, look, see how I just popped myself up there? You couldn't do that in previous games because this point launch did not exist. And the control was not, wasn't there in the other games like it is in this. You can say skill issue, bruh, maybe. But to feel like I'm in this control, I've never had it in a Spider-Man game previous to this, and I think a lot of people would agree. Once again, Insomniac's system is about combining these traversal mechanics and making it flow as seamlessly and fluidly as possible with Peter and Miles. That's about all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Everyone enjoy Spider-Man 2. We're about literally 30 minutes away. I cannot wait. I'm so excited.